In a certain town there lived a cobbler. He had a tiny room in a basement with one window which looked out to the street. It happened one night that he became absorbed in the gospel and was not aware that it was growing late. Before he knew it, he fell asleep at his table. It was a deep sleep, and soon he had slipped into a dream. A voice called, "Martin, Martin!" "Here I am," answered the cobbler in his dream. "Martin, look out into the street tomorrow, for I shall come," said the voice in the dream. The next morning, Martin rose before daylight and made preparations for the day. There was nothing to do but get to work at his bench. Tap, 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 tap. Martin's hands made a steady rhythm at the bench. Soon, a sound outside made him look up. Through his window, he could see his friend Step Nitch resting on the steps from shoveling some snow. He looked very weary. Martin laid down his hammer and went to open the door. "Good morning, my dear man. It is so cold today, and you look like you could use a cup of tea. I was just heating my kettle. Why don't you come in and join me?" The old man came in and shook the snow off his boots. The two of them enjoyed their tea. Yet while they chatted, Step Nitch noticed the cobbler looking towards the door quite often. "Are you expecting someone?" asked Step Nitch. "I'm not sure. You see, I had a dream that I was to have a special visitor, even the Lord himself, before the day was over. But I suppose it was just a dream. It does have me a bit curious, though, my friend." "Indeed, I would be watching my door, too, if I had dreamed such a dream," agreed the old man between sips. And with that, Martin started back to work at his bench. Again, he looked up a moment through his window and thought he saw a woman against a wall, her back to the wind. She was holding a baby, and neither one of them was dressed for so cold a day. Martin did not hesitate, but went quickly to the door, opening it against a rush of wind. "I say, dear woman," called Martin. The woman heard and turned around. "Why do you stand out in the cold with your little one? Come inside and wrap him up better in a warm place," he continued. "Yes, I believe your kindness has saved my little boy from freezing. Bless you, my dear man." And with that, they ate some hot soup and bread, and soon the woman and her baby were on their way again. Then he heard a commotion and some voices outside his door. He looked up, and not far away was a woman with a sack of apples, a peddler holding a boy by the arm. The boy was holding an apple and trying hard to get away, but the woman had a good grip on him. Martin grabbed his coat and hurried out to the scuffle. Martin pleaded with her, "Let him go, for it would bless you greatly if you forgave him." The woman calmed down and let go of the boy and forgave him. There was still much work to be done, and by now it was late in the day. The light was fading, and he had probably missed the Lord's visit in all the commotion. "Martin, Martin, don't you know me?" questioned the voice. "Who is it?" asked Martin. "It is I," said the voice. Martin thought he could see Step Nitch in the dark corner, just for a moment, before the vision faded. "It is I," the voice affirmed again. And this time, he saw the woman and her baby. They smiled and were gone. "It is I," said the voice again. And there was the apple woman and the boy, just for a moment, like a shadow. You see, my child, I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. This time, Martin recognized the voice. It was the voice from the dream, the Lord himself. Inasmuch as ye did it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, ye did it unto me. The Savior had visited him, and Martin had welcomed him 3 times.